All right. 3,
Wait,
2.
hold on. I had to turn the volume down on Facebook or on YouTube. I'll play it. Is the audio moving when I'm talking over there?
Yeah.
Okay. Because it's weird. It wouldn't. I didn't hear myself in the playback, and it was playing.
Hmm.
2 teams left anyway. Well, okay. Yeah, there it is. All right, I'm ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, we are clear. Ready to go live in 5, 4. Cue the talent. 3. Hey, I said cue the talent. 2 and 1. Attention hobbyists, sports fans, and collectors nationwide and abroad. It's time to get hype. About the hobby we are all a part of. Live from the Mojo Break Studios, it's Dan and Doug. Check it out. Come on! So, get hype. Be hype. This is The Hype.
What is going down, everybody? Hype episode 82, and it's a juicy one. Man, we got so many things to talk about. First of all, it's great to be back home. I was traveling for about 5 days, so it's good to be back in the Bay Area. Even though it's rainy, I love the weather. It's great. Love the smell out here. We've got the Tops Industry Conference to go over. We just got back from that in Arizona, snowy Arizona. Dan went to the Transcendent Mike Trout party, so we'll be talking about that. We got some optic contenders to talk about, and Zion. Some rumors about Zion going on, and we're going to talk about all that today. The website is mojobreak.com. We've got some Heritage 2019, which released today. We've got a few more spots left in the breaks of those, and we also have that throughout the week. And lots of stuff going down. We've got Impeccable Select today. And lots of fun at mojobreak.com, where all of our breaks are scheduled and they're guaranteed to break. So if you're thinking about jumping in on a group break or buying a personal box, the choice is easy. Check out mojobreak.com for all your breaking needs. Dan, what's it like to be back home, man?
Oh, dude, I'm tired. I'm sore. Yeah.
Yeah, Dan's the next Tiger Woods. He was at Top Golf for 3 straight days, just perfecting his shot. And I think he's going to start hitting the links on a regular and join the tour.
Say that is one sport that you can just pound down the silver sodas and keep on going, keep on playing.
Yeah, and I feel as a white guy, you almost, it's like in your blood to just golf at some point, right?
Yeah. It was
So-
it was fun. It was fun. They I think they're actually building one in San Jose. So I'll be probably going there a lot more.
Nice. Yeah, maybe I'll give it a shot. I kind of enjoyed it. They had lefty clubs, so they weren't they weren't discriminating against us 10%ers.
Well,
in
the Tops
world.
event, they gave you a lefty club, not club.
No, I had to steal that. Somebody
really?
Somebody had a thing.
Yeah, because you came back and you just had a driver, and I'm all. When we were here last night, you had a whole. You were pro. You had like the whole like bag with you. You had all your clubs.
And I'd like to thank C-Rad for making the trip possible. If it wasn't for Conrad, ripping through packs for you guys and doing some Impeccable, which I know he loves, we wouldn't be able to go to these events. So appreciate you, man.
No problem.
Business as usual. Nobody even knew we were gone.
Yeah, I know. Well, we're not the whisperers anyway.
Yeah.
We're not whispering anything, I guess, these days. No. Speaking of that, didn't you hit an RPA to have Impeccable for the first time?
Yeah, I think we hit so we ended up hitting 2. I think we ended up hitting 2 Luca RPAs. What's going on?
We got to go through the front, boss.
1 stainless, and then one of those just like base autos of Luca.
Oh, you did? Nice. That's awesome, man. So you how do you like that product overall, by the way, before we jump into the other talk? I mean, what are you seeing?
For me, it's as good as it's ever been. I know that I mean, it's always the same complaint every single year, right? There's not enough hits, so Everything's on card.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
plus.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to do a segment on heritage, but you know what? We didn't. We did 2 cases, but I'm gonna wait because I want to figure out more about the SPs. But this is one of the hits that we pulled, which was just absolutely gorgeous. Kind of encapsulizes heritage as far as the hits are concerned, with these dual auto of Bob Gibson and Nolan Ryan, both on card. 2 of the greatest pitchers of their time, or 2 of the greatest pitchers ever, really. It was an awesome hit that we pulled today, and one of the funny things that I wanted to talk about, I don't have a slide for it, but I have the card here. So if you guys have ripped heritage or you've been watching some of our breaks today, you know that there is a box topper, and typically the box topper is either a 1970 card, which heritage this year is, paying homage to the 1970 set, so you get an original stamped card, or you get one of these jumbo, I don't know the correct terminology, I should know. It's it's like a larger side card with a facsimile auto. There's a name for it. I don't know, but that was what we were pulling. So the first case we had pretty much even amounts of those cards and even amounts of.
They call it a super baseball.
Super baseball. There's a long meeting on that one. Super baseball card and the 70 reprint, or not reprint, but the 70s buyback. So we got this pack and it was called Teammates, right? So it was Teammates. And I'm thinking, wow. So I looked on the odds, right? I looked on the odds of the card, and I was like, wow, this is 1 in 51 boxes. That's like 1 in 4 cases. I'm like, this is gonna be cool. And it's got, possibly maybe I'm thinking, Brandon Crawford and Buster Posey, like dual. Maybe it's auto. That's what I'm thinking in my head. So I pull it out, and you guys can watch the video. I didn't know what to do. I just started laughing. It is a card of the fulfillment team currently at Topps. So that's what the teammates. They're teammates of Topps. So.
Oh, is that the original up there?
Yes.
The original up there.
Okay.
So they kept it real. It's not like they were doing anything funny. But I guess as a modern collector, you don't see cards of this stature, and it has all these fine, smiling, happy Topps employees right here. It's part of the fulfillment team. But then I look on the back, and I'm like, they got their names. So I'm like, I don't know if that was a great idea. I mean, I'm a conspiracy theorist at times, but I'm like, if you weren't happy with maybe one of your cards that you got as a redemption, you might be able to Facebook stock one of these fine people.
Direct message Facebook. Where's my redemption?
Or you're like, I got a Buster Posey autograph. Maybe if I send them, an e-gift through Facebook, maybe I'll get a better replacement. It's just me. I don't know. I mean, maybe they're not their real names. But I thought it was a very funny moment of pulling this card. But I guess it's cool if you're an employee at Topps and you got your own card now. That's pretty awesome, man. So, what did you think when I pulled that? You kind of were speechless
I was
as
on
well.
the same mindset as you. I was like, okay, teammates. So it's gonna be a dual player card of players on the same team, Stanton and
You saw
maybe
the same thing?
Judge. I mean, I think that's the obvious. That was the obvious thing to think. But yeah, sometimes you got to do some weird, new, fun, and wacky things.
Yeah, and say, hey, I might want to collect this whole set. It might be kind of cool. It might be kind of rare. So I don't know how many people are going to be collecting this
I think they're, 70?
There's 70 copies
70
made,
copies.
and there's 19 of them on the check. They're not numbered, though. There's 18 cards made, and there's 18 cards total in the set, and 70 total made, supposedly. So, but very cool. But we'll talk more about Heritage next week when we get some more info on SPs and all that other fun stuff. So I wanted to move into the Transcendent Party. 2019 Topps Transcendent Party was also in Arizona, and it was Friday nights. Friday nights, just got paid. That old song.
Man, you know how many, and that's my picture. You know how many times I tried to take a picture? He kept on moving around, and it was blurry.
Ah.
Like I'm, dude, that literally is the best. I took 20 photos.
Yeah, for you
while
guys
he
that are
was
listening, the audio version, there's going to be a lot of photos in this version of the show on episode 82. So we'll try our best to describe things as much as possible. But pop on YouTube, look for the hype, and you can see some of these images while you're listening along. So set the stage. How was the mood there, Dan, when you walked into the Marriott in Phoenix, Arizona? I believe it is. Was it Phoenix, Arizona, or was it Scottsdale? Scottsdale. What was the mood? Were people pretty happy?
People were pretty happy. I almost didn't make it on time. I didn't look at the invite. So now the Topps was having their conference at Talking Stick Resort, right? We're hip to that. It was going to be It was a Sunday, Monday, and then Tuesday. I figured, why would they have the trout event any other place? They're already booking rooms here. They already have conference rooms here. So I go down. I'm with TJ, and I'm like, man, I don't really know where to go. I don't see any signs anywhere, nothing. And I'm like, we have about 15 minutes to get there before it starts. And I'm like, I don't see like any of the usual suspects. So I'm like,
15 minutes before happy hour starts?
15 minutes before the check-in starts.
Okay.
So I'm like, I don't see the usual suspects. I'm like, I don't see any sports card people here. Open it up, and it's at the Marriott. Well, I'm going to run to the Uber real quick. And we got there in time. And yeah, I mean, it was.
Chris asked, were you in a cafeteria? It looks kind of weird.
No. I mean, it was just a standard conference room.
Okay.
They had bar set up in there, and they had a bunch of snacks, appetizers, stuff like that. First hour is what they consider like the reception, the check-in reception.
What would you say the demographic would have been there? Was it predominantly
dudes.
Males?
Dudes.
Was there any females in attendance?
Couple, but
Couple?
I mean, the whole industry is all dudes.
It was a sausage fest.
It's all dudes all day.
Sausage fest. Maybe they had it at the Marriott because they thought maybe the collectors for the Topps Industry Conference would have been there and they might have autograph hunted.
You know what they did do this year that they have not allowed the previous two is they allowed kids. Even though it did say 21 and over, there was a couple kids that were allowed in there, which was cool. And Trout was engaging with them, so that was pretty awesome.
What would you say the average age of the people who were there? Besides the kid, you got to take him out of the equation.
Definitely lower
than
the average.
Yeah.
40, 50.
Okay, 40 or 50. Interesting.
Probably closer to late 50s, late 40s, early 50s.
Did you see these 40 and 50-year-old men turn into Britney Spears fans around Mike Trout? Was that, or was everybody kind of just like, it's another day in the card collecting?
Everybody was pretty mellow. So
nobody was like, oh my God, Mike Trout.
No. And he did a little interview. They were asking him some questions, and they were good. And then he had like a little Q&A with everybody for about 5 minutes where people were asking, just random stuff. Then he did something that was similar to the Chris Bryant, where he went table to table, and to every single person, you can take a selfie with them. You have your 30 seconds to basically ask them a question, and just move on to the next person. But yeah, it was fun. It was a good experience. It was well done by Topps.
So are you thinking about rocking that hairstyle now that you took the picture with him? Are you thinking about getting the mohawk with a line in it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think you could pull it off, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know about TJ pulling it off, but I think you could pull it off.
Yeah, dude.
I don't think I can pull it off.
The first thing I asked him, I'm like, dude, hook me up with your barber, bro.
Yeah. I don't think he gets that at the Fade Factory.
No. Probably not. My haircut's like $9. His haircut's probably like $900.
Probably. Yeah, he might have got it done right before he got in there. He might have got it done in the car ride there. Did he look like he didn't want to be there, or did he look very happy to be there?
He was happy to be there.
Yeah.
I guess he was talking to his agent and some of the people at Topps, and he was nervous going in there. He's like, I'm not really good with these type of events, and I don't really like talking in front of people and stuff like that.
So he's kind of an introvert.
Yeah, but he was
that.
He was great. I mean, he was good. Prizes were good. Everybody loves free stuff, so
yep.
Topps is giving away a bunch of free stuff, and we didn't get the Ginter card. Just to break it down to everybody.
And we'll tell you how to get some of this stuff. We've got ways to be able to get some of the swag, which is the stuff we all get. But I guess in this case, only 83 people got the stuff we could all get.
Everybody did get
Did Jaspy win the Ginter card again?
No.
Dang.
Everybody
Which is funny. They actually thought you were there. Somebody racially profiled on a photo.
They did.
And they thought you, the guy from Mojo Break, was in attendance at the industry conference.
Cool.
Because there was there was an Asian guy there, and apparently
They thought it was me?
Thought it was you.
Yeah.
C-Rod?
Yeah, I think Joe from Jaspy was you.
Me and Joe are friends?
Yeah.
I look like Joe?
Well, it was a shot of the whole room, and to be fair, he was 600 feet back from the photo. So, but I don't think you look like him, but that's apparently somebody did. They said the guy from Mojo Breaks there, and I looked at the photo, and none of us obviously were in the photo. I said, which guy is it? And I'm thinking, like one of the fat white guys in the back or something. They thought it was me.
That's hilarious.
And then they say this is the guy, and it's Joe. And I'm like, what the heck?
Well, some didn't say they're like a fairly large person who I think is Rich Layton.
Yeah,
like I think they put that in there as well. I'm like,
I know. And Rich was like, where is my fairly large self? I don't see. Tell me where I am.
Kind of brutal.
But back to Trout here. They're saying that the chat is really saying that they think you could take him. Like, you might be able to take him down.
Oh, heck
you got a few more years on him, but
Trout looks like a ball player, bro.
Yeah. So, anyways, so yeah, the Transcendent Party looks like it was a lot of fun. We do have this case and swag break coming up. So we have a sealed case of Transcendent, which, still got all the possibilities of those huge cut autos. I believe there's still some really big, oversized cut autos out there. And then what we're doing is we're taking the stuff from the party and including it into the break. So there's more spots and there's less risk than doing the regular Transcendent. So there's some more awesome prizes. It's $189 a spot. You're guaranteed a hit or an item. And if you do the breakdown, if you look at the breakdown on the site, so what we did is the base cards that normally we would sell in those larger breaks, that we'd sell the base cards, the iconic base cards and the reproductions, we're doing those as sets. So the $400 break that we were doing before is now basically a $189 break, and we have those packs. There's 7, and I think I have a slide here. There's 7 of those Transcendent packs, which have at least 3 101s in there, and there's just ridiculous cards coming out of there. So 7 spots will get those. We'll get those 101 things. We're gonna break down the Trout cards, which are numbered to 83, the Trout base, and they represent all the different years of Topps. It's through the years. We're doing the swag bag that includes the speaker, the Topps canvas bag, and a Mike Trout bunk card will be a spot. And I rocked one of these bags for like 2 days. It's pretty awesome. I didn't think it was going to be as high quality, but it's a nice looking bag. So somebody's going to win that in there too. There's more Trout autos because we got 2 additional ones, so they're going to be in the break. So that break's happening next Wednesday. There's already spots that are being sold, and it's $189.99, and you're guaranteed an item. So that's basically what you get in a swag bag. So the Trout Sweat's Trout Sweat. Yeah, you get Trout Sweat, which would be very in demand. You get the Trout card set, which is 83 cards. Then you have the bunk card. You have the Topps On Demand set, which is another spot.
I think that is. I think that On Demand set is I think it's a 10 card set.
Yes. So. And then there's Ahmed Rosario, who wasn't included in the product. That he's now, they signed his card, so you got the Ahmed Rosario rookie and different stuff, and that's part of a break. So that's coming next Wednesday. So we'll move on to the Topps Industry Conference.
And I actually did not see anybody open any of those packs, and I know in previous years they have been loaded. The Transcendent packs.
Yeah,
the ones that were in the photo.
The Transcendent packs, yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen a few on eBay. There's some Heritage 101s. Somebody was telling me they pulled a crazy Ohtani 101. One of the guys at the party, Chad, was talking about some nice stuff. Which, Chad, I know we were supposed to meet back up. If you're listening, hit me up, dude. So the industry conference was this last Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So we'll go over some of the things that happened at the conference. I mean, the main point of the conference is for Topps to show their appreciation of their their retailers, their wholesalers, their breakers, and to kind of go over some of the new stuff that's happening, that's coming down the pipeline for Topps. And what did you think this year? Do you think breakers are still we're almost being appreciated? I think finally, but there's still a little bit of hatred.
They're actually, again, it seems like there just wasn't a ton of breakers who were like represented there. Like, we've been to events where it was like almost 50-50. It seems like for whatever reason, the last couple of years, there's not a ton of breakers.
Right.
But shops go. I mean, I think like almost 90% of the shops go.
They do, yeah, and they hate breakers.
They're
starting to like them a little bit.
I actually heard somebody say, I don't have a problem with breakers, like over and over and over. It was like the same person.
He wanted people to know he's with us.
Who?
I don't know, the guy that kept saying it over and over.
So, and they brought out a couple baseball players that were in, Arizona for spring training. They brought out Christian Yelich and super prospect Fernando Tatis Jr.
How far are you away from Fernando Tatis?
For some reason,
dude,
I don't know
if that is one of the most awkward, like, photo stances ever.
Yeah, it is. We're very far apart there. I don't know. Maybe I had some kind of odor going on, or maybe he did. I don't know. But we were both smiling at least, in the photo. But anybody who really knows me I'm an awkward hugger, so it's probably what happened.
You try to hug him? I just try to get a picture next to him.
Well, you can see my hand, but then I think I'm like, this is already kind of weird, so I'm going to keep some distance to make sure I don't cup the balls.
You're like, it kind of seems like you're belling out a little bit. Like,
yeah, it kind of was.
Like you got somewhere you got to go.
Yeah.
Like you're all, I can take a photo with you real quick, but I got to go over here. You're just like, there you go. I'm out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think I had to. I saw a line at the bar, so I had to make sure I got there. Or it might have been last call. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Might have been last call. Why would there be an issue with breakers? You guys move a lot of product, Brian says. Well,
actually, there's your drink right there. Your drink is closer to Fernando Tatis than you are.
I don't think that's my drink.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure it is, dude.
I think people don't understand. They think that it's just too easy for us, I think. I think they've been around for 30 years. So I think what it is they've been around for 30 years and they get one box of Bowman and we get 30 cases and they don't think it's fair, but they don't actually understand the numbers. I think that's what it is. They think that their loyalty and their years of service should warrant them more than guys that have been doing it for 8 or 9 years like ourselves. I think that's what it is. But it's coming around. There's a lot of great guys, and I'm not trying to be them in stereotype card shops because it is a small percentage of people that kind of gave you that scoff. But there's a lot of great ones out there, and Alan Nars, who had us do a presentation, who has a shop, is amazing. Michael Fruitman is one of the best dudes in this industry. We're gonna have some stuff that we're gonna be doing with Michael Fruitman here coming up down the pipeline as well. So we'll talk about that. But back to the show, back to the conference. So then they gave out the autos for Yelich and Tatis, and I just happened to pop on eBay. So they gave us a Bowman auto, looked like a paper Bowman auto of Tatis, using this year's design, and it's numbered to 50, but there's like 10 variations probably, a number to 50, so there's probably about 500 of them, and they're going for like $300, dude. Damn, that's crazy. So all you gotta do, if you want to go to Topps Conference next year and you're really interested in this hobby, it's $199. I think is it $299 or
it's $199 if you do the early bird special, but you need to be in the industry.
You can have a blog.
You need to have a blog. You need to have something.
Yeah, so you can create a blog, talk about some cards, go to the conference, and most of the time you're going to make a little bit of money on the cards.
Well, you make your money back right there on that Fernando Tatis.
Right, but you don't know what you're getting.
And I think the Hunter Green last year was going for like $150 or something like that.
And then they have giveaways throughout the day. They also give you a card for showing up to all the meetings, which is an incentive. I got a Joe Adell auto number to 15.
Did you get like a Nolan Gorman number to 10?
No, not from Topps. No.
Then no, I'm pretty sure you did.
I don't think so. I have to look through it.
I think either I did or you did.
Yeah, well, I know we had. I don't think we got it at the conference though. We didn't get it. It wasn't from Topps. I'll show you later.
Okay.
It'll be in a buyback soon, but
okay.
Yeah. Anyways, so they give you a lot of cool stuff, and the presentations were phenomenal. They had a lot of shops talking about how to be successful, how to do things in the shop better, we talked and we were trying to teach some shops how to do breaks, so give our knowledge on how we do this thing, because there's a lot of trial and error that these guys don't know about, and to go up there and say, hey, it's easy if you do it this way. You should try it. If you have a shop, you should just do it. So that's what we were doing. And then what slide do I have here first? So one of the things that was kind of interesting to me, and a lot of these pictures actually are from Ryan at Sports Card News, so go ahead and follow him. I wasn't taking enough photos. I was trying to do work, trying to mingle, try to talk to people. So a lot of these photos that were great are on Sports Card News, so go ahead and check him out. The majority of fans in baseball, so we're talking about baseball specifically, obviously we're talking on Topps, aren't collectors. So 94% of people that watch baseball don't collect cards.
That's interesting.
So you think that number would be a lot closer to like 60 or 70%, right? But that's pretty astounding that we're having this much boom in the hobby and the average person that watches baseball doesn't collect cards.
It's crazy.
What do you think that is? Do you just think that it's just, so niche?
I think that, and I don't think it's tough to have marketing in the mainstream. I think we've talked about this a lot. Like, there's a lot of people who don't know that autograph cards exist.
Right.
They don't know that there's like pieces of swatches and relics that are in cards. If they did know, they'd probably want to go buy some of those packs or buy some of those boxes. But how do you, I mean, you can't, it's tough to like spend that money and run an ad on MLB Network or something. That's really, really expensive.
Right.
So, I mean, you can try to do some social media advertising and stuff like that, but I still think we have an issue with the average baseball fan has no idea what they can get in content.
I kind of agree with that. I think it's almost kind of confusing if you try to, like, it's the same kind of conversation we have with our friends on what we do, and they don't understand what we're doing. How does Topps convey in an ad or in print media what it is that you're collecting and how much it's worth, and, you know, that you can sell your cards on eBay and you can get into breaks and you can go to hobby shops? I mean, that seems like it's very hard to kind of, you know, put out there in an ad or a Facebook ad or in some info at a baseball game. So maybe that's what it is.
I mean, Topps did do a thing last year with every MLB stadium where they had like a baseball card day, and they were giving away a pack. You never know what the response was with that. You can't really check out like the analytics of that promotion. So I mean, maybe that did turn on some people. Maybe people started going, but again, there's I mean, there may be short prints in there, but I don't think they have autos or relics and stuff like that. So I still think that even you're getting cards in the people's hands that normally wouldn't buy them. It's a stadium giveaway thing. You're not actually showing off the true content of your product.
And see, Red, we probably have asked you before, but when did you get right back in, and what did you see to get you back in this hobby?
It was the 2014 draft, NBA draft for sure. I was kind of, you know, like I was always up in following basketball, and I was just interested in the rookies that year that were coming in, to be honest.
And then you just started going on eBay and stuff, or did you go on Google, or what made you think by seeing those rookies to go look for cards?
So 2014 rookies and basketball rookies brought me back into like fully, but then I was actually helping my cousin run a comic book shop in Oakland. And we were buying cards, you know, like I would convince him to try to like stock some sports cards, and we were doing like little YouTube box breaks as well. So I guess, would you count that as kind of getting back into the industry, or do you mean like when I started getting into breaks and stuff, like really like? I mean, you guys were actually the first ones that I got into a break with, because I used Google.
Right.
And I was interested in getting Black Friday packs of the 2014 rookies, and I was like, how the hell do I get these things, these Black Friday packs? So I Googled it, and then actually Mojo Break was the first name that popped up. I Googled 2014 Black Friday NBA packs or something like that.
Oh, wow.
So I guess that's how I found you guys.
So yeah, just the rookies and then
Google.
But you had to have been super confused when you jumped in, right? So you had to kind of just learn everything. I mean, that's what I'm saying. You know, to go back to this baseball thing, I think that's just like really hard for people to understand that it's an investment, that it's, you know, a hobby, and, you know, I just don't think people understand it. They remember the 80s and they're like, that was boring. You know, like I didn't. Now the 80s isn't boring to everybody. I mean, there's people that love those sets, but I'm just saying people don't understand what there is out there right now, I think.
For me personally, it was me remembering that, you know, as a kid, you got cards because you liked collecting specific players. For me, so I knew like for me it was like the value of trying to get these rookie cards of these players I was interested in.
Nice. And I would love to hear keep it going in the chat, guys. I would love to hear how you guys got back in the hobby, or if you've been in the hobby the whole time. Maybe some of you guys have. So here's the baseball calendar for Topps for this year, which you see a lot of familiar faces, and you see a few new ones. And I'm not going to rattle off all of them, but you know, the usual. You know, we got Heritage just came out, opening days here to follow, which is more of a retail product. Inception, Topps Inception. You got Gypsy Queen, Bowman's coming out April 17th, and Tier 1 Big League Pro Debut Definitive, Finest Series 2, Museum, not Finest Series 2, but Finest then Series 2. But a few of the ones that makes me happy is Bowman Sterling is coming back, which is one of our favorites. And it used to be 18 hits. They're not doing 18 hits anymore. It's going to be 5 packs, 5 autos, and it's going to be prospect-based, and I think it's a good year for that. So that's coming out in August. And
well, a couple things that I see that are a little different. Tribute used to be a really early release.
Super early.
That is going to be in like what, July? That's gonna be right around the National.
It's
Yep.
like the third quarter of their releases.
And then Transcendent looks like it's pushed up.
Yeah, it looks
about
like
like 3 weeks.
that's actually good. Hopefully,
So you got
I'd
that.
rather have. Yeah, it looks like Transcendent's coming out end of November, which actually, if I remember correctly, that looks like that's about a Black Friday date, isn't it?
Close, yeah.
It's pretty close to Black Friday, which may be a good thing for the hobby. Maybe good for everybody as well when their wives are out. Go ahead and shop, honey. I'm gonna go ahead and get some Transcendent here at MojoBreak.com.
Is the only one that they're bringing back that I'm seeing up here? Is it Bowman Sterling? And then they got rid of Bowman Tech.
Yeah, no more Bowman Tech. They have Topps High Tech, which I believe is reformatted. I don't have the info on that, but I was talking to Clay, and he was saying they reformatted it at a little bit cheaper price point.
And Bowman Sterling, it's not the Bowman Sterling that we remember. They're changing the format on that a little bit. It's going to be 5 packs, 5 autographs.
Yeah, and it's going to be cheaper. I mean, I think Bowman Sterling, when it came out, is like a 350 with the 18 autos, which is great for breaks. So I wish they could do that, but I understand the limitations of trying to get 18 on-card autos or getting those stickers, and just that's just a crap ton of content for one box, to try to make a mass production of, and then you don't have signers, so you have a lot of redemptions and things like that. Yeah, I mean, Series 2, they have archives. Do they have only one archive SIGs again? No, they're doing both archive SIGs, so hopefully they fix the retired one, maybe make it a little bit better. And yeah, everything else is pretty much the same. You can, once again, if you're listening to the podcast, you can, Sports Card News has this on his Twitter, or you can look at the YouTube version of the video.
I'm stoked they're keeping Clearly Authentic. I like that product.
That's a good one. Transcendent, 2019 Transcendent. The through the year set this year is going to be Derek Jeter. So the obvious pointing at what guess is going to be is probably going to be Derek Jeter. So I'm pretty sure they're working on that now. Now, they won't announce that Derek Jeter is going to be the guest, but they've obviously inked him to the deal. But they're probably trying to work that out, and they'll announce that probably before this gets solicited. And if they don't get him, that's going to be somebody else. But I think Derek Jeter is their first option, which I think would be great. I think we talk about it off air that I think Derek Jeter was kind of the last face of baseball, and I think it goes perfect with our demographic. It goes perfect with his Transcendent set. So I think Transcendent this year will be pretty awesome with Derek Jeter, and Derek Jeter's cards sell like crazy. So you're going to have 80-something Derek Jeter through the years autos. It's a 50-card base set, number to 100 for Transcendent 2019. 100-card sketch reproduction set, number to 100. 50 autographs, number to 25 or less, with at least 2 1-of-1s. A 1-of-1 through the years Derek Jeter autograph. A 1-of-1 auto relic, 1-of-1 cut signature, 1-of-1 sketch card, and 1 1-of-1 1953 Superfractor. So it's basically the same thing. It's basically the exact same thing as 2018, just with new designs, probably whoever good rookies are this year. So something to look forward to, the $25,000 box that they have around Christmas time that you can get in a break around $150, or you can spend around $400 or $500 to get into a break, and that's the way to do it. I mean, unless you have just ducats of money that you want to spend and buy your own cases.
So what is this Bowman Transcendent that
So
is this a rumor or is this a real thing? Because
it says 2020. So it's not going
2020.
to come out this calendar year, but I think it's something that they're working on for 2020. So there's rumors, it hasn't been confirmed, that there's going to be a Bowman Transcendent.
Now, would that be a prospect-driven Transcendent product?
Yeah, I believe so.
Well, that could be awesome, and it could also not be awesome at the same time.
Well, you got to think that they've got to include a bunch of superfractors, right? Because that's what the Bowman collectors are going after, is the superfractors and probably lower numbered parallels.
So we're going to kind of devalue.
I don't know. I mean, we're all speculating. We're all speculating on that. But what do you guys think? Would Bowman Transcendent work? I mean, you're going to be putting a high-end product of 18-year-old, 19-year-old guys, right? I would assume. Unless they do it like Bowman Transcendent, but they do the years of Bowman guys, like the Kershaws and the Harpers and all the guys that have been successful.
But if you're a prospect collector and these players haven't even come up yet, do you want like a framed auto of theirs? Don't you want it to be chrome? That's like the only card that they have. Like their first chrome is the one that you want.
Right, but maybe they don't do framed ones. Maybe they do a whole different route. Maybe they make a thicker cardstock Bowman, and it's Bowman regular, and it's thicker. I don't know. I'm sure they probably have some ideas, but I'm like, would they do, and this is just off the cuff because we don't know if this product's going to happen, what if they probably would pick some top prospects this year and then maybe even do like maybe reprints signed of like Buster Posey's 2008 Bowman Chrome maybe they could do, you know, Harper's 2000 or Trout's 2009. That'd be crazy.
I would like that on a little bit thicker cardstock, but I don't think I would want my prospects that I'm collecting to be like a framed card.
Yeah.
I think I would want it as close to as their first Bowman as possible.
Right.
But I do like the fact that you can do some type of reprint of iconic modern superfractors of those players or modern first chromes.
Right.
So I like that idea.
Yeah, I would love to. I can't wait to hear more information about this, but it's in 2020, so they're probably next year's conference is where it might be announced, but it sounds like they're talking about it. I was talking to Clay, and I was talking about bringing back, if some of you guys remember this product, Top Sterling. I love Top Sterling, where it had themed boxes. It was very creative, and I think for breaking, and it kind of light bulb went over his head because he was like, "You're right, that would be super awesome." Because if you could watch videos on YouTube of Top Sterling, it would be a box, and they would have themed boxes. So the outside of the box would say nothing. You open it up, there's another box in there, and it says 300 home run club, or it says, 300 wins. So then you're like, whoa, 300 plus home run club. I could get a Babe Ruth. I could get a, you start, having that. What could this be? So it's kind of that extra element of surprise. I think would be great for breakers, especially if you did 10 box cases. They're all different themes that you could hit.
I'm surprised they haven't brought that back. And if you want to see some of the nicest like card designs, look up some of those older Top Sterling designs. They're amazing. Like the base cards are just the nicest.
Phenomenal.
Cards
Yeah,
I've
they have like a
ever
nice
seen.
matte finish with the way that it was cut out. I mean, it was one card for like $200 back then. But
And it could be a relic.
Yeah.
Like you weren't guaranteed an auto. You could have got just a relic.
I mean,
Alkaline relic.
But we're also talking about the era, and this is, I think they had it in 2007, 2008, and 2009. They stopped making it. But we're talking about the era where we didn't have Dynasty, where we didn't have Definitive. So they'd have to do something a little bit different. They couldn't do it the same format, but it would be awesome. So hopefully that's in the works. I would love to see something like that. And so I wanted to get into this, kind of lead into something else, but we'll start with this. We'll stay on this. So Manny Machado, I wanted to get you guys' thought in the chat. So this card that was released, Manny Machado, signs with the Padres, obviously. And Topps now makes a relic card, with a tablecloth that he signed his deal on, right? So something we could make in Doug's Duels, we could use this tablecloth, but this is ye old faithful here. I mean, it's gone through a lot. I don't think I can willing to give the tablecloth up. So they cut up the tablecloth, put it in a card, and customers are outraged. I wanted to hear your thoughts. I have my thoughts. Do you think it's dumb? Do you think it's cool? So it represents the moment that Manny Machado signed.
You have other manufacturers doing the same exact thing.
You do.
Upper Deck does the banners from the draft event or like the All-Star event and stuff like that, and they cut it up and put it in product. So what's the difference? Right.
Well, and actually, you could actually make a good argument that at least you're buying this because you're buying one card, right? Because it's on Topps now. You're getting. So you buy it Upper Deck, you didn't know you're getting a freaking banner in your product, right?
Yeah.
You don't know that, so you could be pissed off at that. But, I mean, I think it's a cool moment to have, and especially if you're a Manny Machado or a Padre collector, I mean, that would be...
but it's a Topps Now card where you're going to the site and you're choosing to buy it. It's like you said, it's not being randomly inserted into your product. So if you don't like it, then don't buy it. It's that easy. You're not being...
Right. So now it's my feeling. I mean, I personally probably wouldn't buy it myself, but maybe if it's a player I like say, we get the ding, 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 the news, and Bryce Harper's on the Giants, and they use a tablecloth, or maybe he's at a steakhouse and they cut up the napkin he used or something, or, the floor mat that he stepped on over in San Francisco.
I don't think the idea of the card is about the relic. It's about the fact that he's wearing his, Padres hat. He just got signed to the biggest contract ever, and he has his jersey on. That's what it's about.
Well, and that's what people said is couldn't they use the hat and the jersey? But maybe he wanted to keep those. Maybe it's near and dear to his heart.
Yeah, well, they used the tablecloth, so if you don't like it, don't buy it.
So there was a lot of hate spewing, and this kind of prologued this next tweet that I'm going to show you guys. Is that this happened, and then there was an event at the industry conference here where this person who tweeted this wasn't in attendance, so wasn't there, wasn't in the building, nowhere to be found. So obviously got this image secondhand. So what Topps was doing is they were having an auction. And this is what it showed on the screen, and I actually didn't know what the auction was for right away either. So they were auctioning off an Aaron Judge auto, a Chris Bryant Chrome auto from 2014, a Joe Adell Gold Draft Night auto, two Mike Trout autos from Transcendent, and inclusion in Allen and Ginter. So you get 100 copies, and you're in Allen and Ginter this year. So that was for auction. But what this person that tweeted, which was Fat Packs, tweeted out, showed a picture of the auction, and it said, first tablecloth relics, and now you can literally buy your way into Allen and Ginter, so bunk, hashtag the hobby, hashtag collect, hashtag Fat Packs. Well, what this auction was for Clay Parks, for the Aurora, Illinois shooting. So I don't know if you're not at the event, why would you feel like I'm just going to shoot first and ask questions later? So the Allen and Ginter inclusion card went for $21,000. It was tweeted by Darren Ravel. So Nathan Burns from Grand Slam Collectibles is going to have his Allen and Ginter card this year. $21,000 he spent. So you're looking at the GoFundMe page of this guy who was tragically killed now. He was tragically killed in the Aurora, Illinois. He was HR at the company, but he was also a breaker. So us as a community stood up, and with the Topps event, $47,000. His goal was $20,000. $47,000 going to his 10-month-old college fund, which I just think is just absolutely amazing. I mean, I have two small children, so it kind of makes me tear up that us as a community and Topps, literally, I won the Joe Adell for $250. I didn't want to bet on the Ginter. But I won the Joe Adell for $250. And when they had me check out, on GoFundMe. So they didn't take any money. So the fact that this tweet came out, I felt was just so tasteless. And I just think that we need to be able to find out some more information before we go ahead and tweet stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of the classiest things I've seen any manufacturer, anybody do in this industry. I mean, they didn't have to do that, and they did. And I mean, $21,000 for the Allen and Ginter card. I mean, that's a pretty substantial chunk of money,
right?
And I mean, it was one of those things. When I saw the tweet, I was dumbfounded. I could not I'm like, where is the mention of what the money was being raised for? Mm-hmm. Like, what I mean, you basically left out the most important part of the whole thing.
And I tried to put myself in his shoes, so that's why I put the relic first. So he must have already been irritated about the relic, and he saw this. So but in his mind, he must have been picturing somebody just doing bidding, and then Topps is going to take that $21,000, and they're going to go outside. It wasn't for that.
Topps. I mean, you look at that, and it's like, oh, Topps is basically trying to raise money to pay for their conference.
No,
but that's not what was going on, and I almost seemed like that was what it was trying to be portrayed in that tweet. That Topps is just here, they haven't made enough money. They're gonna try to squeeze a little bit more money out of everybody else. That's what I read when I first saw it, and I'm all, this is ridiculous. This isn't a part of it at all. I'm like, what about where the money, all the money, not some of it, all of it, went to the Clay Parks GoFundMe account, right. Which again, just an absolute amazing gesture on Topps's part.
Yeah, I mean, and it's just and not to downplay this whole thing, but I mean, for us as a hobby community, 270 people, $47,000. I mean, it's just amazing that that this stuff can happen in this small niche community, And we talked about it on the show last week, so we gave out the link, and a lot of you guys donated. So thank you guys. I mean, for doing that. And like I said, I have a 1-year-old in the 4-year. I couldn't even imagine, losing my life and having, my wife having to raise my 2 kids, and he was probably one of the main sources of income. He was HR in a company. I mean, it's crazy. So, but yeah, it sounds like he just didn't read it and it was out of rage. But I mean, what I also think too is that maybe if he was he was tweeting from his own personal accounts, or it was somebody else that was just a hobbyist saying that and saying it's for profit. Well, he's for profit. He does a podcast that has sponsors. So what he's doing is for profit as well. So why is it? Let's just say Topps was selling that and they were going to profit off that. What's wrong with that? I mean, what's wrong with putting out Manny Machado? Are we not supposed to make money in this hobby? Well, you can't be making money yourself on this hobby and then saying how somebody else makes money is wrong.
Hey man, when Beckett doesn't have a problem making money, right? You think they just do BGS as just a service to the community? They're not making any money on that?
Well, they double charged us. We actually paid $1,800 on a $900 grading order, and we don't even know who to talk to. We talked to Bob from India, and we can't even get our money back.
Sent multiple emails, nothing back.
Right.
So I'm gonna have to dispute a duplicate charge. It's impossible to get anybody to talk to anybody there. It's insane. But yeah, I mean, this dude's done a couple things within the past year that have kind of pissed me off. This being one of them, the Ray Emery thing after a day after he passed away. That was BS.
Right.
So whatever. I mean,
yeah.
He doesn't listen to this anyway. So
calling out a fellow podcaster for trying to get votes for Podcaster of the Year, which you're running an interview and you're the host and you're on the ballot for that. Which is how do you run a best podcaster of the year and you're on the ballot and you're the host and it's your show? How do you put yourself on the ballot? And get that. But anyways, enough of that.
Wait, didn't we do that?
Well, Saturday Night Live style, yes. Saturday Night Live style, we did. I know. Well, we won on our show, so what do we know? But anyways,
we didn't win as best breaker.
No, we didn't.
Yeah.
No, we didn't win the best breaker award on our own show. But anyways, that was the next slide is the Joe Adell card I won, so that'll probably be coming to a buyback or something, or giveaway or whatever. So that was the Joe Adell. So I know 100%. I was surprised. I went over there to pay for the auction I won, and it went right to GoFundMe. So Topps didn't take any proceeds, not 5%, not nothing. It went straight to the Clay Parker. So they found the fund. So, all right, last couple segments before we get into Heritage case number 3. So we got some interesting perspectives, and Conrad, you're going to love this, or you're going to hate it at the same time. LeBron James, he's been out. He was at the last Duke game. There's rumors that Zion may be signing with Rich Paul, which if you know who Rich Paul is, he's LeBron's agent.
I already see the writing on the wall, baby.
He's Ben Simmons' agent. He's Miles Bridges' agent. So what?
Say it ain't so.
What would happen to basketball cards next year if Upper Deck signs Zion to an exclusive?
Hopefully they give him the bag, man. Hopefully they give him the Brinks truck. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think it matters, though. There's something, I don't know why, but for some reason, Rich Paul hates Panini. Maybe he was eating a Panini sandwich, he choked on it or something, and he had to have the Heimlich maneuver, and he's not a fan of Panini, so he takes all of his guys to Upper Deck, or at least tries. And which is a disservice to this hobby in a sense, because we don't get Zion Williams' autos in uniforms. We'll get Zion Williams on a basketball. We'll get Zion Williams in a golf shirt in Gint and Goodwin champions.
What it has to do with is that he goes to Upper Deck because he knows his guy is not going to have to sign that many autographs. He's probably had multiple guys that he represents go to Panini, and they probably complain about how many autographs they have to sign. So he's like, you know what? He doesn't care about cards. He's like, go to Upper Deck. Like, well, you're not going to get as much money, but you're also not going to be on the hook for as many autos.
But why even sign a deal then if you don't want to sign autographs? Wouldn't you want to, you know what I'm saying? Maybe do signings later. You know, we had Tanaka for years who didn't sign autographs because he didn't care, you know. So I don't know. You know, I almost wish we could use the power of social media.
But we've seen the industry still be sustainable without having autographs of number one players. I mean, look what Ben Simmons stuff was super hot. No autos. It was fine.
Conrad Grading Service is the only true grading service. I know. Yeah, Ben Simmons' prisms are insane. So, I mean, yeah, but you're going to have a bump in prism, but say goodbye to NT, say goodbye to Flawless. I mean, they'll put cards in there.
Dude, his like immaculate like base cards and his base is like Spectra base cards and stuff like that. We're doing really well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Diamond cards.
You know what? Now I think back, like the fact that Simmons didn't have any autos or relics that year. How the hell did we survive that basketball year, dude?
I don't know, man. I know. We definitely weren't getting pallets from palletbreaks.com. You know, we weren't doing it.
Yeah.
I know. How did we survive the 13 football rookie class? How did we survive the 13-14? 13 in general was just terrible. I think we had Jock Peterson, right? Was that around the time?
Yep.
I think that was it, because there was Geno Smith and EJ Manuel, and then we had nobody who was collecting Giannis.
No, we had Michael Carter Williams,
Anthony Bennett,
AB,
Jeez.
number 1 overall.
Who was the other guy? Guy from the Bucks.
Well, that was the guy from the. You mean the other guy besides Giannis from the Bucks?
No, who won? There was another. I think there was another guy.
Brandon Jennings.
Victor Oladipo. You had Victor Oladipo.
Maybe I'm thinking Oladipo.
Has some guy named like Nick Walters or something.
Oh, Nate Walters was.
Oh
the Bucks,
no, I'm thinking different. Brogdon.
I'm
thinking
that was 16-17. Yeah.
16,
Oh, yeah, Brogdon.
Because he won rookie of the year.
by default.
Because what's his name was hurt, Simmons.
So I mean, that's another thing. Like, I mean, Simmons didn't play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did we survive that year?
Yeah.
We had
that was
Brogdon.
Crazy.
I know.
I think it was good football.
We had Brogdon,
year.
and
That's what
who else was in that draft?
Ingram, Jaylen Brown.
Yeah. Well, I think it actually, but see, we always go back to this perspective on the hobby. It was almost better that Ben Simmons didn't play, because what if he played and he wasn't good? Then we would have been. It was better. It was better for that year, particularly that he didn't play, because you had a whole year of hype going into his. Oh, now here's his first game the next year, right? So sometimes it's even better if a guy doesn't play and he has that much talent, you know. But anyways, I wanted to talk before we let you go and we get into Heritage here, which we'll get in here. We'll start Heritage here soon. It's sold out anyway, I think. Contenders Optic is coming out Friday, guys. Football. Contenders Optic Football. So, and it pretty much the name of the product describes it. It's shiny cards, Contender design. And it's 2 hits a box with some base cards. And you've got this fabulous rookie class that just keeps going. The momentum keeps rolling. It keeps snowballing. So these cards are still selling crazy. And the designs look, not to be cheesy, impeccable. They look impeccable, but not like the impeccable product.
Baby.
The blue pops. So you're looking at like chrome-looking Contenders autos. And you have big names. You have reprints of older years of Contenders in a shiny design. There's Tom Brady Contenders autos in here that look like the 2000 Contenders Tom Brady. So, I mean, it's going to be a fabulous rip. We're doing it on Friday. We got random team styles. We've got pick your team styles. We're going to be adding more, so check back if you can't find your team. The inserts look pretty dang nice. Round numbers make their appearance again. Triple threats. Here's some more on-card autos. I want them to show the dang reprints here. Mason Rudolph, Cortland Sutton.
Is that at the end?
I think so. Maybe it's at the end.
Insert autos.
I want to see one of those because they have Drew Brees on there. They have Phillip Rivers, and they're all going to be in their design from that year. So it's going to look very, very cool. They did it last year as well.
Oh, they don't show it.
They don't show it, but the veteran ticket Superfractor looks phenomenal. So
See if I can find this quick Google.
This product is probably going to double, maybe triple.
yeah.
It looked like it already did, dude.
Yeah, it's already gone up. So get your teams
go,
now,
there you
get
go,
your
there you
breaks
go.
now before it goes up. But yeah, there's the Tom Brady 2000 reprint.
Oh, they showed that in an old preview, didn't they?
Yeah, because it was 2000. I don't think he turned his card back in time, so I think it says 2017 on it. So, also, I'm just gonna say something.
Oh, uh-oh.
Saquon, if you have a redemption, my advice would be to sell that Saquon. Sell that Saquon. Sell that Saquon. Sell that Saquon. That's the advice of the day. But check out Contenders Optic this Friday. We'll have a lot of stuff going on. Maybe we'll even do some double cases with Select or something. Get wild and wacky with it, right? C-Rad probably do that on the weekend, huh? A little double case action, maybe.
Little quad, I'm thinking.
Little quad, little bake, little may.
Little one.
Little one.
Little plate.
Oh yeah, we do have some one, huh?
Little sec.
So check that out. Well, this is the end of the show, episode 82. Thank you guys for tuning in. Follow us at MojoBreak_com on Twitter and Instagram. Join us on Facebook too. Like us on Facebook. We pay for likes, so no, we're trying to be, part of the popular group. But join us there and tell your friends about our podcast. Oh, I forgot to let you guys know there's a giveaway. And I was about to sign off and not give away these boxes, so we did a random for the giveaway for voting for us. So first off, we're flattered at all the comments. You guys didn't have to put such nice words in these reviews. But after the random, we had actually decided to give away 4 instead of 3, which is coming out of Dan's pocket anyway, so I didn't care. My dog Sophie, winner. Bobby F. Jr., winner. M. Fad, winner. And Daryl K. 707. You guys all want Elite Extra Edition boxes, but we need your information, so go through our website, mojobreak.com, go to the contact form, and send us an email on how we get your box to you. So, and allow some time to get those. We gotta make sure we get those out. If you're already a break customer of ours, it might go out faster. But we'll allow like a week or so to get those out, and send that email when you hear this. So, but that is it for today's show. Congrats on the winners. We'll have some more giveaways soon, and actually got a retweet contest going on right now on our Twitter for a Boba Fett card. So get on Twitter, MojoBreak_com, and retweet that thing. Somebody's gonna win Boba, and that is it. We're gonna be live in a few short moments with Heritage Case 3. All right, guys. Peace out.
And that's it. Thanks for watching this episode. Visit MojoBreak.com for more info and your break spot. And we will see you next time on